Okay, hello everyone. So I'm recording the video for Science Grade 3. I wasn't going to record it because of course it's late, but one of the subscribers requested for the periodic video. So let's start. So what are we studying here? Which three statements are true about the Earth? It is spherical in shape. It is divided into four parts by the equator. It is third planet from the sun. Yes, it is the third planet from the sun. You've studied in this section and the previous section that the Earth is the third planet from the sun. It is spherical in shape, yes. It's not a circle, it's a sphere. It is divided into two hemispheres by the equator. That's correct as well. So these are your three different truths about what is true about the Earth. So 1, 2, 3. Please don't forget to subscribe. And if you need any sessions online or group sessions, which will be cheaper, you can book a session or reach out to me. So next is, why is this distance important? So now remember, why is it 149 kilometers and why it has to be this way? It's because if the Earth comes closer to the sun or further away, if it becomes closer, the Earth will burn, like everything, the plants, the animals, humans, everything. So this distance is very important to keep a suitable temperature to sustain life, right? To support life, for the plants to grow and everything. The third one is, which two factors cause seasons? So now remember, we also studied in here that two things are causing the season. One is the tilt of the Earth, and the other one is the Earth's revolution. What is a revolution? It means that one object is uh, one object is moving around another object. So a tilt is this one. If someone hasn't gone through the ebook, it's like for reference, this is a tilt that moves away or towards the sun. So our Earth is never like standing like this. It always moves towards or away from the Earth. So it will be either like this or it will be like this. And remember another thing, there are two type of motions that are happening in with the Earth. One, that is the revolution that's around the sun. Other one, the tilt. Either it's away or towards. That's not really the movement. That's, we can consider it a movement. Another movement, the third one, is the rotation of it on the tilt, right? So that's called the rotation. So Earth's rotation, but in this section, just consider these two rotations. These two motions. One of them, that's the rotation on the axis. The other one is revolution around the sun. So Earth's revolution and the tilt. An imaginary line that runs horizontally around the middle of the Earth is what is that imaginary line? That's the equator. It's horizontally, right? So it divides the Earth into northern and southern hemisphere. The next one, an imaginary line that passes through North Pole, the center of the Earth, and the South Pole is the axis. And the spinning of the Earth on this line is called rotation. So now whenever the Earth is moving around the axis, that's called rotation. The next one is, on which side is the Earth's daytime? And remember, where's light coming? When you go outside, when there's light outside, that is the day, right? So this is where the day will be, not the other side. That's the nighttime. What causes the occurrence of day and night on Earth? That's what will you say this is? This is if someone said that this is the Earth's rotation, that's correct. So Earth's rotation is what actually causes the day and night, not the revolution, the rotation. The rotation on the axis. How long does the process causing day and night last? Now, how long? How much time does it take for the day to turn from day to night? 24 hours, right? So there you go. So some things, they're just logical. You can understand them like that. The movement of one object around another object is revolution. So if you're circling around your mother, that you're revolving around your mother. So that's a revolution. What is this picture below? What does this picture show? So what is that showing? The Earth's revolution. Again, there's one object that's rotating. That's moving. That's moving around another object. So Earth's revolution. How long does it take the Earth to make a complete turn around the sun? So this complete turn will take 365.25 days. So 1 year. So and 1 year also what takes the seasons. So the revolution is also associated with the seasons. When is the Earth closest to the sun? Now this will be a bit tricky for you, but it's January. Keep that in mind. When is Earth close to the sun? In January. Next, underline the term of year with certain type of weather. So like what is that? Summer, winter, spring, autumn, that is your season. If you stand in one place at different time of the day, you might notice the sun is not always in the same place in the sky. So if you're standing at one place, you see the sun moving. However, the sun does not move in the sky. So why do we think the sun is moving even though the sun is not moving? Because that's called the apparent motion of the sun. Because remember, the Earth is only moving, the sun isn't. What causes this observation? Why do we think that this observation is there? There is because the Earth's rotation. Remember, Earth's rotation happens on the axis. A dark area that forms when an object blocks light is a shadow. The next one. So anything that will block light, it will call the shadow. So what affects the shadow's length and position? The sun's apparent motion. So where exactly is the sun at that time? Let's go to the next one. Now here you can see that you have studied in your ebook that whenever the sun is low and it's in the east, that's the winter morning. Remember, the sun, it rises from here. So this is early morning. So the sun will be, this is winter morning. The next one is your sun is actually here. Remember, the sun is moved all the way here. What is that? Your afternoon. Because now the sun is on the other side. And the shadow is always made on the opposite side. So if the sun is rising in the east, if a person is standing here, the shadow will be made in the opposite direction, in the west. So keep that in mind as well. And the last one is summer morning. The sun is high in the sky. The next one, spinning of Earth on axis is called rotation. The next one, it takes Earth 1 day or 24 hours. So just think how many hours there are in 1 day, 24 hours to complete one rotation around the axis. And movement of Earth around the sun is called revolution. The next one. It takes Earth 1 year, 365.25 days to complete one revolution again. Now the sun seems to rise in the east and sets in the west. Please keep in mind the spelling so it will be easy for you to write them. And some of these things, you can just memorize them so it will be quick for you to do them in the exam. Please don't forget to subscribe, and if you need any sessions, you can book them through my email. In the morning, the shadow is, sorry. In the morning, the shadow is long and faces the west. Because remember, where is the sun in the morning? So the sun is actually low, and this is the ground, right? For reference, this is the ground. And if a person is standing here, it's very long and it faces west. So the shadow is this. I'm just pointing. This is in the west. So this is your shadow and it's in the west. In the afternoon, it means evening, right? The shadow is long. Again, it's long and it's placed here. It's long and it's placed here, but it's now facing the opposite. Now the sun is here on the west, but the shadow will be in the east. The next one, at noon, the shadow is shortest. Again, just memorize these answers, and if you need any sessions or ebook explanations, you can always reach out. Group sessions will always be cheaper than private sessions. So the shadow of tree changes with position of the sun. Shadow A is long while shadow B is short. So what is the shadow? When is the shadow of the tree formed? When it blocks light, sunlight. And which shadow indicates the sun is low in the sky? It means shadow A, because the length is very long of the tree, so it blocks more light. The next one here, this is something that you would need explanation for. So what do you understand here? This is the northern hemisphere, this is the northern hemisphere, and the southern hemisphere. Now listen up carefully, okay, to understand this. The northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere is where the the seasons are, right? So northern and the southern. In this question, I'm just trying to explain that the north and the southern are where the seasons are. So now you can see A and B are tilted towards the sun. So here there is summer. Summer in here and summer in here. So A, B. So where is the summer? A and B. Where is the winter? C and D. Let me remove that. We summer up. And then in here, the other side, C and D will be winter. On this side, you will see it's the opposite. G and H is towards the sun, so it will be summer. And the other side, it's a winter, right? Now you can see clearly where's the day and where's the night. Day is E and G. F and H is your night. A, B, and D is your day, and A and C is your night. So keep this in mind, write that on your paper to actually understand where is your summer and winter, where is day. Day and night, you can actually clearly see it, so don't confuse yourself further. So here what happens is that they're asking us for both, circle the location of daytime in the summer. So circle the locations of daytime in the summer. So daytime in the summer will be, just a minute, daytime in the summer, circle the location of daytime in the summer will be B and C, right? Because both of them, B and G. Why B and G? Because G is summer and B is also summer, and they're both in the daytime. The next one, underline the location of nighttime in the winter. So night times are either can be FH and AC. Now which one is winter only? So winter is C and F. So you'll underline those. Sorry, not circle, underline those. The next one is our this object that they've made. Anna pushed a straw through the center of a polystyrene ball, and she inserted the tilted ball and straw into a bottom of a plastic cup. Placed it next to a lit light bulb seen in a diagram. Anna then spun the ball slowly using the straw as an axis. So what is that? Remember, she's not rotating it around the sun. She is only rotating the ball around the axis. So what is that? Rotation. Good job. Excellent about this. Earth's rotation around this axis. And then the next one will be, the diagram below shows the position of Earth at certain positions of time. So 1, 2, 3, 4 are different locations is marked in surface of Earth. So at what location is it summer? Summer, remember the tilt that is towards the sun. So 3 and 4. And when is the daytime? Daytime is 1 and 3. And then let's go to the next one. A ball was lit from the left side. The lower hemisphere, part Y of the ball, receives a greater amount of light than the upper hemisphere, part X. So how should the ball be positioned so that both parts receive the same amount of light? So this one, X and Y, like this. And Earth, but the Earth is not positioned accurately, like question number A. It's not. Earth's face is tilted as the ball in its experiment. What does the tilt cause? What does the tilt cause? The tilt causes the seasons, right? Let's go to the next one. We're nearly done. So 27 now. Here, you need to keep in mind this is your winter. Remember, northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere are opposite to each other. So if you write winter here, the other in northern hemisphere, it will be summer here. And it will be, so winter is here and summer is here in southern hemisphere. If it's going to be northern hemisphere, it's going to flip. Like it's going to be summer here and winter here. The next one is going to be fall. It's going to be here. And spring will be on this side. The next one, what does this diagram represent? Represents revolution, right? Revolution because it's moving around the sun. Let's go to the next one now. Now we're going to study what is, in January, the northern hemisphere tilted less towards the sun. So if it's tilted less, you should automatically think winter. Winter is in the northern hemisphere. So all the countries or all the places that are in the northern hemisphere, it will be winter there. Now, it is winter or summer at the time of year in Los Angeles. Now, where's Los Angeles? It's above, right, in the northern hemisphere. So that's going to be winter. Which season is it in Melbourne when it's summer in Moscow? Sorry. So now they have flipped the question. They've said that Moscow has started to have summer. So what will Melbourne have? Winter. Let's go. The sun appears to rise in the east and set in the west. What causes this apparent motion? So what do you think is causing this apparent motion? It is we studied it previously as well. It's the Earth spinning on its axis, right? It's the rotation. Now here you can see Romeo presses a pin into a globe of Earth and then shines a flat light as is shown in the diagram below. At position 1 of the flashlight, Romeo observes a dark line on the right side of the pin. At position 2 of flashlight, Romeo observes does not observe any dark line at all. So what is this? What is the flashlight represented in this experiment? The sun, because it's the light, right? So the sun is experiment. It's shown, not the moon, not the asteroid belt, and the Mars and asteroid belt. Don't think about them because you haven't studied them in this section that you're being tested for. What term can be used for dark line form? That's your shadow. What phenomenon does the experiment help explain? So what is this? This is the apparent motion of the sun, because here exactly the Earth is stopped, like it's not moving, and the sun is moving. So that's the apparent motion of the sun. And then predict the direction of the line cast at position 3 of the flashlight. So position 3, and there is a light there, so it was going to be the pin to the left side, right? The pin is to the left side, and that's why there is a dark line that's being casted at position 3. And let's go to the next one. While standing in the park, Juliana noticed that her shadow is long and faces west. So it's long and faces west, so it has to be at the lower positions, right? Either in the morning or in the in the evening. So now it's west as well, so it means it's here, right? So what is this space? This is going to be in the morning. Sorry, it's not here, it's here, and it's forming. It's in the shadows in the direction of west, so it's going to be in the morning. The last question here is when is the shadows the shortest? You can see it on the upper position. Okay, thank you for your time. Thank you for requesting the video. Take care of yourselves. Good luck for the exam, and keep reaching out. If you want to book a session, there's my email there. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.